Hey, YouTube experience. Oh my goodness. I apologize if I jump scared you there. I know, it's a bit dark right now, but I'm too lazy to turn on the lights. Don't ask why. Now, so I was on my channel and I realized I haven't uploaded in 2 months. Alright, I apologize for that. And then, I look again and I realize that I haven't uploaded a political video in 5 months. I'm super sorry about that, alright? Look, it's been a tough few months. I had a long summer. You know what, there is no excuses, really. I should be uploading more. But, like, you know, I'm very secretive about my YouTube stuff, and I don't want people finding out. And if I do it, you know, a lot, then there's a chance I might get found out. And I don't want, and to be honest, I'm gonna be 18 soon, so when my parents find out, well, I'll be 18, I can do whatever technically, I can do whatever I want then. So, yeah. They just gotta not find out for a couple of weeks. Anyway, so today is gonna be a political video. Now, I know my Star Wars content is more popular, but, I like making the political videos too. You don't have to watch the political videos if you don't want to. So yeah, anyway, let's go straight into this video. So, a lot of people may or may not know this, but I'm actually a Muslim. And you're probably thinking, well, how does Muslim correlate with politics? Well, in Britain, it does. Just go on Google and search up Muslims in Britain, and you'll find hundreds of political articles and videos talking about Muslims in the UK. Now, me being a Muslim in the UK, I just have a few complaints about other Muslims living in the UK. Well, not just the UK, but in the Western world in general, because a lot of the stuff they say makes absolutely no sense. Now, you're probably thinking, how is he talking about Muslims but political? That's religious. It's Star Wars and politics, not Star Wars and religion. It's about political issues. It's not about religion. Any Muslims watching this, I'm not saying that you're not a practicing Muslim, you're a fake Muslim because you don't pray or whatnot. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about politics. So, a lot of people will obviously know that Israel and Gaza have fought a war for 2 years. Well, really the conflict's been going on since 1948, but for the sake of argument, we'll say 2 years. So 2 years, alright? Recently, there's been a ceasefire. Now, we don't know if that ceasefire is going to hold. It probably won't, given that it's Israel-Palestine, but there's a ceasefire now. So, throughout 2023, 2024, 2025, so much online content from the Muslim media, or Muslims online in general, are talking about Gaza and innocent Palestinian people getting killed. And you know what, that's fine. That's fine to talk about, you know. You can talk about people in Palestine being killed. There's just one issue. And the issue is that these Muslim content creators say that they care about every single Muslim getting genocided or killed in any country. Alright, now keep those words in mind. That's what they say, or that's what they project. Not all of them, but quite a lot of them say, we care about every single Muslim getting killed in every single country. well, maybe not every single country, but they say, most of the time they say, we care about every single Muslim getting killed or genocided anywhere, alright? Now, let's take a look at where the outrage has come. So 20 years ago, we had Iraq. Okay, that's an Arab country run by a terrorist organization where the West was attacking. Afghanistan. Alright, again, that's... Well, Afghanistan is an Arab, but it's run by the Taliban, which is technically a terrorist organization, and it was attacked by the West. Gaza. Well, the Gaza Strip is run by Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, and Israel is technically a Western country. It's got a Western political system, it's got a Western culture, it's backed by the US, so it's technically Western. They consider themselves Western as well, to be honest. So that's 3. Syria, civil war, rebels, kind of terrorists, attacked by America and the West against Russia. You see the point. So far, the outrage is coming only to Arab countries that are run by terrorist organizations that are getting attacked by the West, or countries that are getting attacked by the West. Alright? Now, let's take a look at some other countries that they talk about. Have they spoke about any other countries? These Muslim creators like Muslim Mum or Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dawa? No, they haven't. Nope, just Arab ones. Okay, well, maybe there's not a genocide happening to a Muslim country that's not Arab, or Muslims that are not Arab. That's complete BS. So, in China, there's an area in China called Xinjiang. Now, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I don't give a fuck. So, Xinjiang, alright? In Xinjiang, there's Uyghur people. Now, Uyghur people are Muslims. They are Turkish, well, not really Turkic people that have settled in China for hundreds and thousands of years. Since, like, the Silk Road times, they've been there. There's a genocide going on there. The Chinese government in Beijing has, for countless of years now, executed, slaughtered, and genocided innocent Uyghur Muslim people in Xinjiang. But where is the outrage from the Muslim community over that? Sorry, can't find it. That's because there is no outrage. In Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, there's an area known as Rohingya where there's ethnic Muslim people there. Again, for quite a few years now, there has been a genocide of those Rohingya Muslim people by the Myanmar government. Now, where's the outrage over that? Absolutely nowhere. Now, a lot of you people are thinking, well, what's the point? Well, what's the point this guy's making? The point I'm making is that Muslims online do something known as selective outrage. Now, selective outrage pisses me the fuck off. Look, you say people like Muslim Mum have said, we care about every Muslim that's getting killed in anywhere. Maybe not every country per se, but anywhere. Anywhere means anywhere. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, China, censorship. China has censorship. Which, yes, they do. No one's denying that. However, if you go on Google and search up Muslims getting genocided in a different country, literally the first article that comes up is about China. It's not that hard to do some research. If you truly say you care about every Muslim getting genocided, you would literally do your research. Because when you care about a subject, you do your research about this. You think that people who protest about climate change, water, universal starvation, any of these issues, you think they don't do research about it? Okay, maybe some don't, but most do. Most do their research. Alright? So if you truly cared about Muslims getting genocided or executed in anywhere, you would do your research and find out about Xinjiang and Myanmar and many other countries. Congo, Sudan, well, Sudan's technically Arab, but we'll say it anyway, and Madagascar. There's an insurrection going on there. But no one cares about it. The Muslim community online, the one who says, we support any single brother or sister that is getting genocided anywhere, don't care. But do you know what they do care about? Only Arab countries that are getting attacked by the West. And those Arab countries are usually run by a terrorist organization. Now, it's one thing if they were saying, oh yeah, me as a Muslim online creator, I only care about Arab Muslims getting killed by the West. That's all I care about. It's one thing to say that. That's still selective outrage, but at least you're being honest about it. However, they don't say that. They say, we care about every Muslim getting executed anywhere. Now that is supposed to mean you care about everyone, right? Every Muslim getting executed in any country, right? Well, you don't. The evidence shows you don't. You don't talk about Xinjiang. You don't talk about Myanmar. You only talk about Arab countries getting attacked by the West. Let's face it, most of these guys that say that probably don't even care about innocent Muslims getting killed. They probably only say the shit they say because they hate the West that much. Let's face it. They probably only talk about Gaza or Syria or Afghanistan because it's the West doing it. They don't care about innocent Muslims getting killed. They only care to taunt the West, to tease the West, to criticize the West. That's all they care about. They look for any excuse to criticize the West. Now, we can argue about whether the West is perfect or not, but that's not what the video is about. So we're not. What I will say is this. The Prophet ﷺ, peace be upon him, said there is no superiority between an Arab and a non-Arab in terms of believing in Islam. Only in terms of their level of fitna. Now, I don't know how people in Xinjiang or Rohingya practice Islam. I don't know. But we're supposed to assume the best of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Alright? So, let's assume, for the sake of argument, that they practice Islam to the best of their ability. These Muslim people can't even do the freaking verses, can't even implement the goddamn verses correctly nowadays. In Islam, it says there is no superiority between a non-Arab and an Arab over a non-Arab. And yet you only care when Arab people are getting killed by a Western power. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you think Arab people are superior. Maybe it's because you only do it to criticize the West, given any moment to criticize the West because you hate the West that much. That's the most likely option in my opinion. But you don't care about Muslims getting killed anywhere. You don't. You only care if the West is doing it. So don't go online and say you care about any Muslim getting killed anywhere. Because let's face it, you don't give a shit. The moment an Arab country gets genocided, it's, oh my goodness, this little baby got killed, this girl got killed, this man got killed, innocent Arab people are getting killed, this is terrible, our prayers go out. Which, yes, it is terrible if an innocent Arab person is getting killed in war. I'm not denying that. Israel has done some very bad shit, alright? Israel has done some bad stuff, I'm not denying that. But at the same time, as much as I am angry about Palestine or whatnot, I'm also angry about Xinjiang. I'm also angry about Rohingya Muslims getting killed. To be honest, Rohingya I didn't even know about until my politics teacher told me about it. I didn't even know that was a thing. Xinjiang I knew for a while. Xinjiang I knew for a few years. And I was pretty angry when I found that out. How could China do that? To innocent Muslim people. Ridiculous, disgusting. And it's also pretty bad of what Israel has done to Gaza. It's bad. It's really bad. Sickening. But you only care. You Muslim creators like Muslim Mom and Muhammad Hijab, you only care about Arabs. You don't care about Chinese Muslims. You don't care about Rohingya Muslims. You don't care about Muslims getting killed anywhere. You only care about Muslims getting killed in Arab countries. So don't go around spewing your bullshit saying that you care about Muslims getting killed anywhere. You don't. Stop lying. It's ridiculous and it pisses me off. And you know, this is one of the reasons why people mock Islam. It's wrong to mock any religion. It's wrong to mock Islam. It's wrong to mock Judaism. It's wrong to mock Christianity. But to be honest, we give ourselves the opportunity to get mocked if we're going to be doing stupid shit like that. You know, Muslims who care, normal Muslims who care more about these issues, because I know there are Muslims who care about Xinjiang, should speak up more. But instead, we let ourselves stay silent, and we get dominated by the idiots who only care about Arab people getting killed, or only care about Western countries doing it because they hate the West that much. To normal Muslims, we need to speak out. We need to speak out more. You know, there's a quote saying that radical Islam is the snake, moderate Islam is the grass that hides the snake. Now we can argue about whether that quote is Islamophobic or not. It probably is. It has Islamophobic origins, but it applies so well. Look, it makes it look like that Muslims only care about Arab people getting killed. That's because the online base does it. And I'm pissed that the online base that does it, alright? I made that point clear. To the people online, to people like Muslim Mom or Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dawa, you only caring about Arab people but not caring about Xinjiang or Rohingya is hypocritical as fuck. And you get so angry about the West being hypocritical or whatnot, or the West being Islamophobic. Well, alright, well, you guys are not Islamophobic, but you guys are hypocrites. You are as bad as the West. And the West isn't... You know what? You being able to criticize the West in this way is the exact privilege of why you live in the West in the first place. Alright? It's the exact privilege of why you live in the West in the first place. Alright? In the West, you can criticize Israel, China, America, UK, whatnot. You think in Afghanistan you can criticize the Taliban? No, you fucking can't. You think bloody Saudi Arabia you can criticize... Ooh, that's kind of cool when a notification lines up my... Oh, damn. But do you think you can criticize the Taliban or the Saudi king? I'm just giving examples here. No, you can't. You can only criticize the government in the West. So be grateful for that. But you're not grateful for that because you are just a bunch of ignorant cunts. Let's face it, you guys are a bunch of ignorant cunts who only care about Arab people getting killed. Because you only hate on the West to hate on the West, alright? You hate on the West for any single reason and you use Arab people getting killed to fuel your hatred. Because China supports Palestine. And you know what these idiots do? They praise China. You fucking idiot! They're killing Muslims in goddamn Xinjiang for crying out loud. And if you say China censorship, just fucking Google. Go on Google right now, and you'll find tons of videos and articles talking about the Uyghur Muslims getting genocided there. So don't use that excuse. Hypocritical scumbags. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ticked off, so I'll end the video there, alright? I know this isn't probably the video you guys want to see after I've been gone for a few months. I'm sorry. Star Wars videos will come back, and hopefully I'll upload more consistently. I'll do my best, alright? I'll do my best, but thank you for your time.